Welcome to our month of dedication. Now listen. Just as in a natural school, there is a syllabus, right? And sometime the syllabus also changes. I was saying something in the first service about language, and we talked about shorthand. I don't think any school is still teaching shorthand now. Huh? But it's not as very important as it used to be, right? But those days, you can't be a good secretary, especially a secretary. Secretarial studies, that's what they call it then. And under that, you have to learn shorthand. Okay, so the syllabus has what? Has changed. It's been improved on. So also, in the church like this, God gives us information in the spirit realm on what to dwell on. And these things are so important that we don't just hear them, we follow them. And as you do so, you just notice in a couple of years, your life is far better than the way it used to be. Okay, this is so important. We have dealt on the subject of vision. We've dealt on the subject of faith. Now God is moving us to the subject of what? Dedication. So I'm going to be teaching on this in the next 3 weeks. And I'm trusting God that God is going to move us to a deeper level of relationship. Say better amen. Christianity is not a religion. Christianity is about what? Relationship. Just as husband and wife. Okay, we are learning about each other the more. My pastor said after 10 years, your wife can still bring forth a character that you have not seen before. You're like, honey. And my pastor said, when she does that, I will use the exact language my pastor used in my CAC church then. He said, that shows every woman will come in with what? Bags. So when she behaved in such a manner that you've not seen before, and my pastor said that day was the day she brought out a new cloth. So the husband must now learn to... You're not talking? So you don't react. It's part of the package. So you just have to learn to accommodate that. If you need to change it, scripturally you change it. If you have to learn and accommodate that, you have to do it too. And don't think it's only women too. Men too get their own load. Everybody get load now. Okay, 2 people are getting married. And they search their bags. In the bag of the husband, they saw hammer. And the pastor asked, hammer, what do you want to use this hammer for? And it's not just small hammer, sledge hammer. Big one. So what do you want to use it for? He said, I've noticed her. She has some character. I will hammer it out of her life. And the pastor said, are you sure? Yeah, I'm a man. I'm a man of my home. I'm going to hammer those characters out of her life. And the pastor said, okay. So he took a step further and checked the bag of the wife, of the bride. Beautiful bride, flowing gown, looking. How many of you know ladies look at their best on wedding days? Some of you never look as beautiful as that anymore. That's not good, really. Don't give us beauty one day and we didn't see it again forever. So while the pastor was searching our bags too, the pastor saw a chisel. I said, lady, a chisel? He said, yeah. So what do you want to use it for? I've noticed some character in my husband. I will chisel them out of his life. So the husband want to hammer out issue. The wife want to chisel out issue. You'll eventually understand that as they come together, both the hammer and the chisel are both what? Needed together. So what does that tell us? You don't try to change a person. You just become a better person. Because you can't change anybody. You just be what? Better. The moment you are better, you're going to affect the other person in a very positive way. Say amen. Okay, that's in marriage. So we are talking on dedication. And the emphasis of the message in this second service and third service. Okay, I'm a teacher in the first service. In the second and third, I'm going to be preaching. In the last service for the day, I'm going to be a prophet. So I want to really demonstrate every aspect of my calling. Today is a special day. It's a special day, please. I wish I can tell everybody to come back for fourth service, but some things are coming in that service. Philippians chapter 3, from verse 12. Philippians chapter 3, from verse 12. Not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after. Say, I follow after. What does that mean? I'm pursuing it. I'm not there yet. Don't conclude over my matter. Don't look at my life now and say that guy can't be good for nothing. No, you'll be wrong to do that. I follow after. Are you getting this? If that I may what? Apprehend that for which also I am apprehended in Christ Jesus. What is Paul trying to say? Paul is saying, look at me. I'm not a perfect man. I'm not there yet. Okay? So don't conclude yet. I'm on the move. I'm walking towards something. And what is that? I'm a prisoner of Christ. I'm apprehended for Christ. Okay? To be apprehended means you're captured. Christ has captured me. I'm his prisoner. So I am doing all I can to prove to the world and to prove to God that I'm a worthy prisoner. Are you getting this? When they say somebody is a drunkard, you expect the person to wake up in the morning and he's making a full proof of his name. Are you getting me now? So Paul is saying, I'm a prisoner for Christ. Okay? I've been arrested. I have no life of my own. That's where I'm going. My decisions are no more my decisions. Somebody had bought me over. I'm a prisoner to... Please, I'd like us to understand, Paul, being a Roman person, was speaking from the standpoint of Roman world then, where it's the Roman Empire that have the entire world in captive. And as a Roman man, if you buy a slave, the slave does not have any opinion. True of us? So Paul is saying, I'm a prisoner. I have no choice. I have no life of my own. Somebody had bought me over. So all I'm trying to do every day is to live my life in such a way that I'll be a worthy prisoner. I'm a prisoner of a man I don't want to be free from. Oh, you don't get it. I'm a prisoner of a man I don't want to what? I don't want to be free from. I love this prison yard. I love this prison experience. I want to be with this prison and in this prison for life. So every day I am pursuing. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to get there. Can you see pride? He's taking pride in the fact that he's a prisoner of Christ. That's a life without option. It's a life of one thing. Do you get that? It's a one thing I follow. I am not pursuing two things in my life. I'm a prisoner of one thing. And I'm not going to stop until the God of heaven will say, among all my prisoners, you are the best. The next verse. Brethren, I count not myself to have what? Apprehended. I'm not there yet. But what? Read it again. Read it again. This one thing. I'm not pursuing any other thing. I am sold out to one thing. This one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth to those things which are before. Verse 14. I press towards the mark for a high calling in God in Christ Jesus. So as a prisoner, there is a prize. My God. There is what? There is a prize for living my life as God's prisoner. For being in chain, as it were, for Christ. There is a prize for it. I want to win that prize. Can you imagine? Prisoner for a prize. Prisoner for what? A prize. That looks like a message title for me. Prisoner for a prize. Can I tell you something? Either you understand it or not, everyone is a prisoner of something. Have you seen sport prisoners? Sport. That's those people that sport has taken as what? Prisoners. School fees, children's school fees, they will use it to play Naira bet. It's not his fault. He's a prisoner. Have you seen prisoners? They have not paid children's school fees, but they will go to beer parlor. And drink. He will come to church. But he's a prisoner of alcohol. Maybe you are here listening to me. They will drink and drink and drink, and on Sunday morning he will change his clothes and come to church. You can't be prisoner of two people. In those days, when you are a prisoner or a slave in a house, they didn't call them prisoner. They call them what? Slave. When you are a slave in a particular family, they write things on your body. There is a sign of that family they will put on you. In the Bible days, see, one of the reasons why some holiness movement believe a child of God shouldn't wear earrings is this. In the whole Roman tradition, when you buy a slave, you pierce their ears. Romans believe in piercing so much. They pierce nose, they pierce everywhere. And there are some people in our generation, they are crazy with piercing. They pierce their tongue. They press unimaginable places. God have mercy. All right, so if it's this house, they have a particular hearing. So they pierce their ear and put the hearing there. Or they write on their body. So everywhere they go, they say, okay, this is the slave of so-so family. Are you getting it? So Paul is saying, I am pursuing a prize as a prisoner of Christ. Have you read where Paul says, let no one trouble me, for I bear on my body the mark. So he was speaking from the standpoint of a Roman slave. See, for you to understand some scriptures, you have to know who is he writing it to. The person that is writing, who is the person? Which set of people is he writing it to? So Paul is trying to address the church that as a Roman soldier, we know what it means to have our own slaves. I am a proud slave of Jesus. I make a boast of it everywhere I go. I belong to Christ. You know why? I'm a slave of his. I'm pursuing something. Can you imagine? I'm pursuing something. I want to get there. I am not there yet, but I know I'll get there. Can you imagine such a pride? These are the days people don't want to show they are believers. At office, people don't want their friends to know they are Christians. Some can't even invite their friends to church. Or your friend can invite you to movies. Your friends can invite you to lounge. Your friends can invite you to where? Clubs. Your friend can invite you to viewing center. And you as a slave of Christ, you can't invite other people to be part of your slavery. In that sense, I am giving to God. So I am looking for as many people as I can catch. If you have seen a good movie, you introduce it to somebody, isn't it? I have tasted Christ. He's so good to me. I am sold out to him. Now, I'm looking for people I'm going to buy over. And you know what Paul said? There's a price for it. There's a price for it. This is dedication. Am I speaking to you? Many of us are Christians, but we are not dedicated Christians. There is no dedication yet. You still have many options. There are many things we get involved in that has nothing to do with church. And some of us, we have our financial life different, our marriage life different, our relationship life different, and church life different. Some of us, we have some clothes we wear to parties. We wear some clothes we wear to church. There are some clothes you have in yourself, you can't wear them to church, but you wear them. So the question is, where do you wear them to? Now the question is, why can't you wear them to church? Because something in you is telling you that's not good. And because of that, you can wear it to church, but you wear it to some places. Some of us, we have some languages, we have some codes. When we come to church environment, we can't talk. But when we get to some area, you see somebody, a brother that doesn't talk in church is so quiet and calm. You think he's a quiet brother, quiet sister. If you catch him in his zone, toba turakatan his zone, sister. Can I tell you something? If you understand dedication, there are some places they will never catch you. Sorry to use the word catch. There are some places they will never see you. That's because you know I'm a believer, I'm a child of God. I can't be seen in such a place. No matter what it takes, you won't see me there. I was sharing with my pastors, a certain pastor that was close sometime went to minister in a convention. Do you remember? And after the program, you remember now? They said, okay, after evening service, they said, okay, around 11, they came to his room and called him and said, okay, they are dressed up, let's go. I said, where? So we are going somewhere. Is there another program somewhere? He said, there is a place, you have ministered, you need massage, they massage you, and I said, he asked, is it angels that massage? He said, no. So there are ladies there, they massage you and you feel good. The spa is different. And he told me, I won't mention it, that he asked them, will Pastor Kumuyi be there? Will Adeboye be there? I said, why are you talking like this now? You understand? I know those ones are old school. They can't come there. And because it's all of them that are home, that are going, so they forced him into the car. And he sat down gently. And they drove to one cool, such places, there are no good lights. Don't, please, can we talk? Don't behave as if you don't know what I'm talking about. There are no good lights. Lights like this will not be there. They would shut it off. The sound is not fast moving sounds. And he said, is this where we're going? I know people there, they don't dress like this. They don't dress like this. There is Christian dressing. I've been shouting it. There is Christian dressing. It doesn't mean you should now dress like 1602 believers. You know those kind of shorts? Once a while you can wear something flowing. And it's really beautiful. Are you getting me? There are some gowns that look so beautiful. Have you seen Mama today? Did you see what she was wearing on Tuesday? When you are spending well, there are some flowing gowns that look so beautiful. I'm not talking about Amaka disappointment kind of. kind of gown. And he said, no, I can't go there with you. They said, oh, Pastor, why? Come, let's go. And he said, no. He stayed in the car. I won't mention him. And they stepped out. They went in. And around 3 a.m. they came out. After about 3.5 or 4 hours. And he told me, he said, blessing, that day, I severed my relationship with them. These are the days where you don't know a Christian to an unbeliever. We dress the same way. We talk the same way. We go to the same places. We do the same things. And we speak in tongues. We even marry. It has gotten that bad that we even what? Marry. That the Christian will be seeing will of God to a Muslim. We even marry. So what is dedication? Help us, Lord. Dedication, simple definition, total commitment or binding yourself to a what? To a thing, a person, an organization. Dedication is total commitment, or you are now binding yourself to a belief, to a person, to an organization, to a thing. Binding under the snow, like these people at the stadium still watching football. I deck up everywhere. I was shivering like this. I see people open their chest. One darkening because I don't put any Kenny. Do you understand any Kenny? Any Kenny, let me so. I was saying in the first service that there is culture with places. Every place has its own what? Culture. Half time, we're just okay, let's walk around a little. Then we saw people queue up. Smoking all manner. And I'm like, wow. It's been a while I sat in a stadium like that to watch, and it's numb. Are you getting it? So when I walk up, I went back to my seat. I told my brother, please, you go get something for me. Because these are the days of selfie. Everybody is a cameraman. While you are queuing up and somebody is holding, they can just snap you and the person together. I say, you're pastor in Nigeria. And in the UK. And some people will not even think. They will just copy and post. They will just keep sharing. Their church pastor is preaching. They won't share. They will just check out pastor. They go off. But stupid thing, they will copy and share. They will watch videos, burn data, load another one. But to watch, pray with Pastor Blessing on Monday, once they come in, they flash pastor. Pastor will see their number coming, ping, and second minute, pew. I'll be watching out for you tomorrow. If you don't watch Pray with Pastor Blessing tomorrow Monday, 5 p.m., I will catch you next week Sunday. Somebody say, how will I connect? Connect now on Facebook. Number 2, what does it mean to be dedicated? It means to be sold out absolutely. To be sold out how? Absolutely. Consecrated. And in what? Loyalty to a what? A godly cause. Absolute sold out. There is no reservation. There is no part of me that God cannot touch anytime. There is no finance that I have that God cannot touch at any time. Absolutely. There is no time of mine that God cannot encroach anytime. I'm consecrated. You know what it means to be consecrated? The word consecration means to be set apart. I am not like others. Am I talking to you? This is a believer. You are not a believer because you come to church. Can you imagine the number now? This is a good number for second service. But if I say Ali Baba will minister in second service, so gradually we're beginning to see that people even come to church for comedy. I'm consecrated, I'm set apart, I'm different. So when others cheat to do business, I don't cheat. Are you hearing me? When others sleep with directors to get a job, I don't what? I don't do it. I am separated. And in what? In loyalty. There are many disloyal people in church. Many disloyal people. In fact, Pastor Ike was sharing to the workers. Pastor Ike was sharing something this morning. And I stood up and I was listening. He said part of it before. So he gave a deeper form this morning. I stood up and I was like, what? It wasn't a story from him, far from him. It's a bit daddy's church. It happened to him directly. His dad, now retired. Dad is how old now? 85 years. And a preacher till he retired and left Lagos. Founded a church. God was using him, the church in Agege area. And he saw some brothers in church that can pray. And they brought them together and anointed them to be pastors. You can't do it alone, no matter how you're anointed. So he gathered those guys together and they began to pray and they were pastors. And they did anniversary. They raised money to get instruments and to do all that. The second Sunday after anniversary, Daddy and his children were coming to church to have service. And when they got to church, nobody. Choir, they no see. Usher, they no see. Pastors, they no see. After waiting for a while, they were like, what is this? What's happening? And the protocol should be here. The D should be here by now. Where is Pastor this? Phone switch off. Pastor that? Phone switch off. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? So, okay. While waiting, okay, let's go and pack instrument. They picked the few instruments they have, and while they were setting it, they saw 1-2 members coming. And they're like, where are others? Without knowing that all the pastors, 3-4 of them have their own plan. They carted away all the members and started their own. The money that was raised for anniversary was their launching pad. They rented a big hall. Very beautiful according to him. Very beautiful. So when people do some things, you just laugh. You just laugh. And you know, some ignorant people too will follow. They put their head under curses. Is that the right way to live a place? If the man doesn't trust them, will he ordain them as pastors? He believed in them. That's why he called them at first. Can I ask a question? If Daddy didn't bring them out and ordain them a pastor, would they be respected as pastors? They would just be there as ordinary members. They carted away the members. The few ones that came were the ones that are very loyal to Daddy. And they know this one cannot follow them. The church was forced to go back to parlor church because they emptied the church. But it didn't last 2 years. Do you think God will back such a thing? When punishment started, you were telling us this morning, some their wife died. Esa, say ya wulu bashe. But the problem is, say ya wo monpai. Some children died. Some died themselves. Some went back to village. He said in the old team of 3 or 4 people that did it, it's only one remaining. And that one, he said the last time he saw him, he can't even introduce himself to him because of the way he looks. There is no dedication anymore, no loyalty to God, to a church, to a man of God, to an organization. People are not loyal anymore. We don't have time, but this story, Ruth chapter 1, maybe we'll read that, in the third service. We'll read that in the third service.